Welcome back to the channel, Steelers Nation. Today we're breaking down two of the biggest storylines out of Pittsburgh this offseason. Rookie running back Kaleb Johnson's vision for an instant impact, and how George Pickens' trade is shaping the offense, and proving GM Omar Khan's bold moves right. Let's dive in. Let's start with Kaleb Johnson, the Steelers' third-round pick out of Iowa. Johnson wasn't just productive in college, he was explosive, and his 2024 season firmly established him as one of the nation's elite running backs. In just 12 games, Johnson racked up an impressive 1,537 rushing yards and 21 touchdowns on 240 carries, finishing fourth in the FBS in both rushing yards and scoring. His 6.4 yards per carry ranked sixth among running backs with at least 100 carries, and he led all qualifiers with a remarkable 56.1% breakaway rate, meaning more than half of his yards came on runs of 15-plus yards. This explosiveness, paired with his ability to fight for extra yards, averaging 4.42 yards after contact per attempt, second best among his peers, made him a constant big play threat and a nightmare for defenders. But Johnson's game isn't limited to running between the tackles. He also flashed ability as a receiver, finishing third on Iowa's team with 22 catches for 188 yards and 2 receiving touchdowns, a notable feat in Iowa's run-heavy offense, where backs rarely see high target volume. Johnson himself describes his style as versatile, saying, "I could be a Derrick Henry back, or I could be a Dalvin Cook back," highlighting both his power and his ability to contribute in the passing game. He's drawn direct comparisons to Derrick Henry, not just for his size, 6'1", 224 pounds, but for his speed-to-power blend and one-cut running style. In fact, Johnson has been in contact with Henry, who's offered encouragement and advice as Johnson transitions to the NFL. So, why all the hype? For starters, the Steelers' backfield is wide open after Najee Harris's departure, creating a prime opportunity for a new feature back to emerge. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith has a clear preference for big, powerful runners who can handle a heavy workload and thrive in a downhill rushing attack, traits Johnson embodies perfectly. Analysts like NFL.com's Bucky Brooks believe the transition from Iowa's zone-based system to Pittsburgh's power scheme will be seamless, projecting that Johnson could even eclipse 1,000 rushing yards as a rookie if given the opportunity. While some projections have Jaylen Warren as the initial lead back, Johnson's blend of size, vision, and short yardage prowess make him a strong candidate to eventually lead the team in rushing attempts and touchdowns. From the moment he arrived in Pittsburgh, Johnson has been turning heads at OTAs and minicamp. Social media is buzzing with clips of his sharp footwork, smooth route running, and laser-focused approach to drills, demonstrating not just flashes of potential, but a consistent, professional work ethic that's caught the attention of coaches and teammates alike. His combination of patience, vision, and explosiveness is exactly what Pittsburgh has been craving to revitalize their ground game and return to their smash-mouth football roots. In summary, Kaleb Johnson's college production, physical traits, and early impressions in Pittsburgh have analysts and fans alike excited for what he can bring to the Steelers' offense. With a wide-open backfield and a scheme tailored to his strengths, Johnson is poised to make an immediate impact as one of the most intriguing rookie running backs in the NFL this season. Pittsburgh's legacy is built on tough ground-and-pound football, a tradition forged by legends like Franco Harris and Jerome Bettis. Harris, the franchise's all-time leading rusher, set the tone for the Steelers' dynasty in the 1970s with his hard-nosed running style, racking up 11,950 rushing yards and 91 touchdowns, while helping the team to 4 Super Bowl titles. His consistency and durability made him a cornerstone of Pittsburgh's offense for over a decade. Bettis, who joined the Steelers in 1996, carried that torch into the modern era, known as the Bus. Bettis was a bruising, powerful runner who became synonymous with Steelers football, notching 10,571 rushing yards with the team, and finishing his career with a Super Bowl win in 2005. Both backs embodied the physical, relentless identity that defined Pittsburgh's offense for generations. However, in recent years, that tradition has stalled. The Steelers' running game has struggled to find the same consistency and impact that once made it the envy of the league. Despite the efforts of backs like Najee Harris, the ground attack often lacked the explosiveness and reliability needed to control games and sustain drives. This decline in the run game contributed to disappointing offensive results and ultimately led to the team moving on from Harris, signaling a desire to return to their roots and re-establish a dominant rushing attack. Enter Kaleb Johnson. Already, Johnson is climbing the depth chart and making a strong impression in off-season workouts. With Jaylen Warren profiling as more of a complimentary change of pace back, Johnson is emerging as the favorite to become the Steelers' workhorse. Analysts and fans alike see him as the true successor to Harris and Bettis, a back with the size, vision, and toughness to handle 20-plus carries per game and bring balance to Arthur Smith's run-heavy offense. Johnson's dual-threat ability as both a rusher and a receiver out of the backfield adds a dynamic element the team sorely lacked last season, giving Pittsburgh a more versatile and unpredictable attack. If his early performance is any indication, Johnson could be the franchise back Pittsburgh has been searching for since Bettis' retirement. His combination of power, agility, and receiving skills makes him a perfect fit for the Steelers' offensive philosophy, and he appears ready to seize the opportunity to become a central figure in the team's resurgence. Now, let's pivot to the other major storyline, the George Pickens trade. This move has divided the fan base. Some saw it as a necessary step to move on from Pickens' erratic behavior and locker room distractions, while others worried about losing a top 10 receiver for just a third-round pick. General Manager Omar Khan summed up the deal in 6 words. This trade made sense for everyone. Khan emphasized that it was time for a fresh start for both Pickens and the Steelers. After 3 years of highs and lows, the team decided to cash in and look to the future. But here's the key. The Pickens trade sent a loud message about the team's offensive direction. With DK Metcalf now the clear WR1 and Calvin Austin III stepping up, the Steelers are signaling a shift toward a more balanced run-first attack. That puts even more responsibility and opportunity on Kaleb Johnson's shoulders as the team looks to re-establish its identity through a dominant ground game reminiscent of the Harris and Bettis eras. With Pickens gone, the Steelers' passing attack unquestionably loses a significant weapon. DK Metcalf steps in as the clear top target, but beyond him, the receiving corps is thin and unproven. The uncertainty at quarterback, especially with the team bypassing top prospects in the draft and rumors swirling about a potential Aaron Rodgers signing, only adds to the questions about how dynamic this passing game can be in 2025. The reality is, without Pickens' big play ability and knack for getting open, it's unlikely the Steelers will be an aerial juggernaut this season. That puts the onus squarely on the ground game. Kaleb Johnson, as the new power back, is going to get every opportunity to justify the team's investment. The offense will need to lean heavily on his ability to move the chains, keep defenses honest, and open up play-action opportunities for whoever is under center. Johnson's combination of size, vision, and burst makes him the ideal candidate to become the workhorse, and his dual threat potential as a receiver adds a much-needed dimension to the attack. So, what can we expect from Kaleb Johnson in his rookie year? The opportunity is massive. He has the physical tools, skill set, and mentality to become a staple in Arthur Smith's offense. If he continues to impress in training camp and preseason, it wouldn't be surprising to see him lead the team in carries and perhaps even in touchdowns as the Steelers look to re-establish their identity on the ground. Of course, there will be challenges. The jump from the Big Ten to the NFL is significant, and Johnson will face faster, more disciplined defenses every week. The Steelers' offensive line, which has seen some turnover, will need to gel quickly to maximize his effectiveness. But the vision is clear. Johnson is the centerpiece of a new-look, run-heavy Steelers attack designed to control the clock and wear down opponents. Only time will tell if trading Pickens was the right move. Early signs suggest the Steelers are committed to building a team that fits their historic identity: tough, physical, and dedicated to the run. If Kaleb Johnson delivers on his promise, Omar Khan's vision for a fresh start could pay off in a big way, setting the tone for a new era in Pittsburgh. That's it for today's deep dive. What do you think, Steelers Nation? Will Kaleb Johnson live up to the hype? Did Omar Khan make the right call trading Pickens? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth Steelers analysis all season long.